Hi there, this is Prof. Johan from the Department of Chemical Engineering at the University of Pretoria. Welcome to my series on the Introduction to Chemical Engineering and Chemical Engineering Principles. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about flow rate, normally denoted with the symbol Q, which describes the mass of matter moved per time unit, and typical would be kilogram per second. It could also be mole per second, and we can relate these two quantities with each other by the molecular mass. We can see that from here, going to cubic meters per second flow rate is also not difficult, seeing that we can change from mass to cubic meters with the density. Now, the interesting thing when we talk about flow rate is when we describe flow rate as meters per second. And the question is, how on earth can we do this? Now, going from cubic meters per second to meters per second, we can see that there's the area that is used in this equation, where we take the flow rate and we divide it by the area so that we can get rid of the cubic meters at the top to make it meters. Now, this implies that we are flowing through an area, and this is true for liquids and gases, where we would, for instance, have a pipeline through which the fluid, the liquid or the gas, would be flowing. And this pipeline would have a specific area that the fluid is seen to flow in. And if we now look at the velocity in meters per second, it will be, for that specific area, an indication of the flow rate of the fluid, because we can tie it back to the density and then get back to a kilograms per second flow rate. So this means that if we express the flow rate in units of meters per second, we should have some sort of area in which the flow is happening. So in your own time, go spend a little time and go calculate how you would get to a linear velocity as a flow rate, and how from a volumetric flow rate, how do you get a mass flow rate? Play with these equations, and with your understanding of unit conversions, you should be able to tie all these things to each other. I hope you find this video helpful.